big boy. Good morning, everybody. Prepper Nurse 1 here. Actually, I should say good afternoon. It is the 21st. It's Sunday. The rain just stopped. It's been raining all morning. I'll show you the sky here. Very overcast. Yes, it's been raining all morning long, which is good. We needed the rain, so I'm not going to complain about that. I wanted to start a series of stuff. I wrote down a lot of things that people had suggested I do a video on. And one of the things I really actually did want to do a video on, a lady said she was a very beginning prepper and didn't even know where to start and how to get going with prepping. Okay, so I want to kind of address that and give you some ideas if anybody's really new to prepping and what you need to do to get started and how you should actually go about it, because it can be very overwhelming if you think about it. Okay, so, and she said, what should I even start prepping first? Okay, well, you got to realistically look at it. I always go by the rule of three. Okay, the rule of three consists of 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 hours of exposure, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Those are your main things. Okay, so most people have clothes and stuff like that so they can keep warm. So realistically, the first thing I would suggest anybody to prep on would be water. Now, it doesn't mean you have to go out and buy, gallon jugs of water and stuff like that. If you're on a fixed income and you don't have a lot of money to work with, you can use empty milk jugs. Okay, all the milk jugs now are pretty much screw caps. A lot of them are. If you're buying your milk that way, you rinse that milk jug out. You can fill that up with water out of your tap, and there you go. You got a gallon of water. Okay, you can use 2-liter bottles of from Pop. You can clean those out and use that as well. Now you can also take those 2-liter bottles of Pop. Now those would be a great thing to use for having like storing rice and beans and stuff like that as well. Okay, now, so my suggestion to anybody just starting out prepping, water first. Okay, the rule of thumb is 1 gallon of water per person per day. So however many people you have in your household, store up that type of water. Okay, now I was thinking about this, and somebody has said, well, what about all those people down in Louisiana? A lot of those people that were flooded had never been flooded ever. They weren't in flood zones. Okay, and if they were prepping, all their stuff is now underwater. Now, if you're in an area that maybe they're getting like the worst flooding ever down there right now. Okay, but now if you're in a flood zone, waterproof bags. Make the investment. Have some stuff in waterproof bags so that you know that you have stuff that can, be able to be used even if there is flooding. All right. Everything really goes by region of the country you're in. I mean, I'm in the Northeast, so we focus a lot on winter up here because it's cold for quite a while up here, and we need to have the heat and the warmth and stuff like that. So, I know a lot of people can't have a wood stove, obviously, but, that's one of the things we focus on up here. Now, if I lived in the Arizona desert, probably that's not going to be the thing that I was going to focus on, okay? But it depends on what climate you're in. But prepping for having enough water is the first thing you want to really work on, okay? And again, it's 1 gallon of water per person per day, fresh water. The next thing I would say is start stocking up on food. You know what? And here's the other thing. I've had people say, well, I'm on a fixed budget, I can't do it. Well, here's the thing. There's ways to cut corners. Anybody can prep on a small scale. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of fixed income you're on. Here's one immutable fact that I've always known, and this is always what amazed me, okay? I had some neighbors when I lived in Rochester, and they were poor people, okay? But they always had money for 3 things, people. They always had money for cigarettes, they had money for beer, and they had money for drugs, okay? So if you're a smoker, or you are a drinker, or if you use recreational drugs, or you use hard drugs, whatever, cut back on your vices, okay? And guess what? You'll have extra money to go do other things. Now, I realize not everybody has those vices, but the thing is, there's always ways to cut corners. Don't go to McDonald's, okay? That, you know, if you say, okay, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get this, or I'm going to stop, you know, and get this coffee drink or from wherever. There's always ways to save money. There really, truly is. If you sit down, look at your budget, figure it out, and really, prepping you can be done on a small scale. It doesn't all have to be done overnight. It can be very overwhelming. It really can be. But if you do it on a small scale and you do incremental steps, before you know it, you will have a pretty good supply of food. Okay? When, you know, look for stuff on sale. You know, if something's on sale, and if you can get, like, a good example is like corn in a can. Okay? We're just going to use that as an example. I see sales all the time where normally it's like, say, 89 cents a can, but they're doing a sale where it's 2 for $1, okay? Well, when they have those kind of sales, that's when you want to get in there and, you know, spend an extra $5 and stock up on that stuff. And then you just put it in your rotation. Like if you buy, this is what my thought was, okay? Let's say you buy, I'm gonna use raviolis as an example. Let's say you love raviolis, okay? So you have 2 cans of raviolis a week. Okay, it's part of your staples. It's what you eat on a regular basis. So when you go buy your 2 cans of raviolis a week, you buy 3 cans instead of 2. And then you just basically put them in a line, put them in rotation, and then you eat your 2 cans, and now you have an extra can. So then the next week, when you go and you buy your 2 cans, you buy 3 again. So now you have 2 cans ahead, plus the 2 cans that you're going to eat. It's really that simple. It's just sitting down, making a plan, figuring out where you can cut corners. Now here's another thing in New York. Well, I'm in New York, okay? We have the bottle and can return law up here. And a lot of people in the Northeast, there's a lot of, you know, 5 cents deposit on bottles and cans. People throw bottles and cans out all the time. All the time. I can't believe the amount of people that just get rid of it. It's like throwing money away, which I don't understand that at all. So there's this money laying around all the time. Get out there and pick up some bottles and cans, okay? You pick up $1 worth of bottles and cans, now you have $1 extra for prepping, okay? It's really that simple. It really, really is, okay? There's always ways to cut corners, to find that money, to invest in doing something that you want to do. And the biggest thing, guys, I'm going to tell you what, all of us should be prepping. I am not a gloom and doomer. I'm not going to sit here and rattle the cage and say, the end of the world is coming and this is the date. I don't do that, okay? I'm not going to do that. I believe in preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. I've said this over and over and over again. People say, well, what are you prepping for? Here's the thing is I prep for whatever, okay? If I was in Louisiana, I would have been prepping the same way that I prep here, you know, because you never know what's going to happen. You got a lot of people right now down there. See, I got somebody down here saying, hi. Hey, big boy. You got a lot of people down there right now probably wish they were better prepared, okay? The reality is you never know what's going to happen. You prepare for natural disasters, you prepare for whatever. Natural disasters are going to continue to happen in this country over and over and over. It happens every year. You got the wildfires every year in California. You know, you have flooding every year. People go ask the people that live along the Mississippi River. They deal with flooding all the time. Okay. There's always going to be something going on. Always. We have power outages up here. Okay, because of you know, storms or whatnot. You know, and you look at when the hurricane came through up in Connecticut a few years ago and stuff like that. You know, they parts of the areas were cut off for weeks, okay? That's why you prep, guys. You prep for whatever is going to happen. It doesn't have to be the end of the world scenario, okay? It could just be that natural disaster where everybody else is struggling. You have the extra food and stuff like that. And the best part is maybe you can help out other people. See, that's part of it too. Being able to say, hey, listen, I have extra, I can help you out, you know, here you go. You know, if you don't have enough food or water or fresh water, bam, you can help people out. That's also part of it. It's another reason why I prep, you know? I mean, it's like, to me, it's really prudent. It's better to be safe than sorry. I'm a big believer in that, okay? And natural disaster after natural disaster in this country has proven to me that we need to be ready for whatever, you know? And do I believe something major is going to eventually happen? Absolutely, I do. Do I know when? No, I do not. So, what I do in the meantime is I continue to get ready. You guys can too. It's really not that hard. So, my suggestion again, starting out with water. Get water. Put water away, okay? And again, if you can't go out and buy water by the gallon jugs or whatever, and if you don't want to do it that way, which you don't have to, okay? I know that like for 6 gallons of water at Sam's, um, it's like $5 or $6. I mean, something like that, okay? But let's say you don't want to do it that way. Again, get a milk carton, rinse it out really, really good, fill it up with water. There's a gallon of water for you. So there's enough water for one person per day. And that's according to FEMA and the Red Cross, okay? And then just start stocking up on food, guys, just a little bit at a time. Canned goods, dried goods, you know, your rice. White rice is the best thing to store because it lasts forever, okay? Your pastas. I mean, pastas are really not expensive, okay? Get some extra cans of sauce or whatever, okay, if you do that. You know, it doesn't take a lot of money to make a lot of meals. It really, really doesn't, okay? So if you're a beginning prepper and you want to know where to start and how to get started, I'm hoping that this helps. And even if you aren't a beginning prepper, if you've been doing it and it just maybe you haven't thought about, hey, maybe that would work or maybe this would work. And here's the other thing, guys, please, in the suggestions or comments, give me your suggestions. What do you feel? I mean, as preppers, I know there's a lot of you out there that watch my channel that are also preppers. First steps, what should people be doing? Okay, what do you think? You know, having ways to purify water too is very important. I mean, I just did a video on, the two different systems there that are the main ones that are out there. But there's also, water purification tablets. There's all kinds of stuff, okay, out there. So, here's the thing is, this is the one thing I'm going to say. Do not live in fear, okay? Don't live in fear. Be proactive, get out there, do something about it. Because it can be very overwhelming, okay? But anyway, please like, comment, share. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the support. The channel's growing. Awesome. It's really doing well, and I appreciate it. And I know it has a lot to do with you guys, and I really do appreciate that, okay? I will be doing some medical videos. I saw that in my suggestions. There's a lot of other things that were also suggested, and I will continue to do updates as we do things here around the homestead as well. The weather, like today is actually, with all the rain, it's cooled down. It's in the 70s today, which has been awesome. Because we have had some serious, for up here in New York, we've had some seriously hot weather. Okay, I'm not going to talk about, I know you guys in the south have been getting hammered, but you guys are used to that kind of heat. We're not. Okay, so anyway, guys, listen, I hope you've had a great weekend. I hope you got to spend time with people that you love and you care about. Family does not always mean blood, okay? It's those people that you know you can rely on. That's family, all right? Kiss the ones you love. Tell them that you love them. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, so make sure you tell the people that you love that you're thinking about them, okay? And remember, guys, whatever you're trying to accomplish, one step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time, and you will get to where you want to be. You really, truly will. You just have to be determined. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. Stay away from that negativity. Stay positive, guys. It really makes a difference. Your mindset is everything, okay? I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse went out for now. Uh-oh, kitties are not happy with each other. What are you guys doing? Hey, be nice.